This has been my very first race ever, so it's been so exciting getting to, join the NASCAR family. We got to watch a little bit of the truck race, which was honestly one of my favorite parts. And then we went to one of the local schools in the area, getting to talk about my mission in the Air Force and kind of trying to show them what it could look like if they decide to join our armed services. So honestly, it's been really exciting.
Awesome. Well, we're going to open up to questions for you. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a wireless microphone to you. We're going to start up here with Deb.
Deb Williams, Auto Week, congratulations on the pageant win and also being commissioned. As Miss America now, you have a platform. What is your platform and how did you arrive at this being your platform?
Pancreatic cancer. So about 5 years ago, I lost my mom. She was only 41 years old and was misdiagnosed for over 2 years with the disease. She only lasted 9 months. And so seeing her life end so soon is what has made me into the young woman that I am today. So about 2 weeks after she passed, we started a foundation called the Whitney Marsh Foundation in her honor. Since our start, we've raised around $300,000 giving to national entities like MD Anderson, but also giving back to our home community in Fort Smith. Some of the things that we've gotten to do would be, opening up for more research or giving to families that are below the poverty line but at risk for cancer, because no family should be left behind and should have those financial barriers. And then our last thing that we've started working on this past year is opening up a early detection high-risk cancer clinic, because we believe that early detection is the way that we save patients. And so that is my platform for the year and will forever be, because my mom's memory is something that's going to live long past being Miss America.
Thank you.
I'm going to go over here to the right to Terry.
Terry Sabiston, WNDB, the flagship station for the Motor Racing Network. Also, I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran, worked on F-15s. Thanks, honor to serve. I don't know if people really understand what you've been through to get here with the U.S. Air Force Academy, what it took to get in there, what it took to get through it. That's a big commitment, and you still have, it's not just 4 years, now you're committed to the U.S. Air Force. Can you give an explanation of that process, and also some of the fun you've had sitting in some airplanes, and I know at the Air Force Academy, even some glider time probably.
Yes, absolutely. So let's see, getting into the Air Force Academy, you've got to have a couple of things. So you need to pass some of the fitness requirements. That's probably one of the easier parts, just staying, dedicated in the gym, getting ready for that. And then obviously all of your educational requirements, being a well-rounded student, that's really important to the academy. And then the last thing is being congressionally nominated. So you have to go interview with either your senators or your state reps. And basically getting their endorsement to go to one of the academies. And so after all of that, I was able to enter into the Air Force Academy in June 2019, graduated as a physics major from there, did a little bit of sports at the beginning. I was on their, I guess what we call the combat type of wrestling team as a freshman, lots of fun. And then really the whole experience is all about just relying on the people around you, because if you want to be an individual, the military is not a place for you, because you have to rely on those that serve beside you to make it through, whether it's in a training environment or now as I move into the next phase is doing something legit in the armed forces and being able to have that family environment and trust one another. And so those are kind of the things that we focus on at the academy. And I guess some of the fun stuff, there was a lot. We have so many different programs there. I didn't get to do the jump program, but one of them is, it's one of the only places in the whole world where the first time you jump out of a plane, it's solo. And then as a freshman, I did do some glider time. They've got powered flight. They even let me off one summer. I went to go intern at NASA and up in DC. And so they've opened up so many doors for me. I really wouldn't have gotten to be Miss America or even go to Harvard without the people that had my back at the Air Force Academy.
Come up front here to Bruce, and then we'll go up to the press box to check in there after Bruce.
In the Air Force and in aviation in general, weather is something that's very important. You can't, certain missions can't happen if the weather is bad. But from a personal standpoint, how disappointed are you that you won't get to do this now?
Everything happens for a reason. Although I would have loved, obviously, to get to drive the pace car, there's been so many other parts of this weekend that have been fantastic. I've met friends. I've had Josh walking me around the whole weekend, taking care of me, explaining to me what this community looks like. And just getting to be a part of that, like, I'm never going to regret coming here, right? Hopefully someday, maybe we'll go down. We're talking maybe going to Talladega, getting to experience that. So we'll see. I'm very excited. Obviously, we would have liked to drive, but everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to.
Going to check in up at the press box for any questions. Doesn't sound like we have anybody up there. Anybody else down here in the media center for Miss America? Over here to the right.
Hello, my name's Alyssa. I'm with 103.3 The Vibe, a local radio station. And I just wanted to ask you, what sort of advice would you give to any little girl who may be looking up to you?
You know, life is going to be hard sometimes, and people are probably going to try to put you in a box or a stereotype. I've lived through that as a woman who puts on the uniform, and I've also lived through that as a woman who competes in pageants and competes in the Miss America opportunity. They are very obvious conflicting stereotypes. But because I get to serve as Miss America, and because I get to serve as Second Lieutenant Marsh, I get to break those roles simultaneously, because the only person that can define me and hold me back is myself. So I challenge all the young women out there that you are the only person that gets to forge your future and forge your path. So being able to decide that, find your passions, and stop listening to everything that people are trying to place on you, because really what matters is your heart at the end of the day.
Thank you.
I don't think anybody else can follow that up.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Madison, for coming and joining us this weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon at a race.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.